And again, my name is Val Romero. For those that don't know, I'll just give you a quick background. I'm a Tucson native, graduated from South Point Catholic High School. I'm a business owner of Arizona Grill and Heart. And then, like Joseph says, I also have my own line of spices. The King of Barbecues is our spice line. I'm a father. I got a daughter named Megan, she's 28, and I'm also a grandfather to my Penny from heaven, and she's 5 years old, and she hasn't wrapped around a finger. But anybody that sees me on Facebook knows that. Again, so running as an independent candidate, just to give everybody an idea, I've been an independent since 2001. So this is not something new. I've been an independent candidate for quite a while. I did run a long time ago, back in 1999, as an independent candidate against the incumbent was Jose Ibarra, way back when, if anybody remembers that name. So back then I was, I had a lot of work to do. So in these last 22 years, I've been doing work, but I didn't expect I was going to come back, back in this arena. I'm a business owner. I look at running for office as a business. Anything that I would do while I'm in office, you have to look at it as a business. Return on investment if you're spending money. Some of the things that are important to me. Number one is public safety. Taking care of our police officers and our fire department and our first responders. We need to make sure we, supply enough patrol for the city of our size. We're about 755. Our city should have about 1,100 officers patrolling our city. We're way behind. We're losing officers to retirement, early retirement, transfers, and we're not getting people that are going to the schools coming on in, and the ones that are usually taking jobs up in Oro Valley, Marana, Metro Phoenix area. So we have a huge issue there. We need to create that incentive. Number two, and we've been talking about this, or I've been hearing about this for the last 30 years, is our street roads maintenance. There's been money that's been allocated. This last special election, there was a half-cent sales tax. With that money was passed, 60% of that money was supposed to go to public safety. Based on they barely just got a raise this last summer, I'm not sure that money was going there. The other 40% was supposed to go to roads. With the money from the dispensaries, a lot of this tax money was supposed to go into roads. So obviously somebody needs to find out why this money that's been allocated isn't being used for the reason it needs to do. So I'm going to be doing my investigating to find out where this money is going. And I'm going to make sure that they're transparent, because right now our mayor and council is not transparent. It's kind of everything that goes underneath the rugs or not watching. We are watching now. We are watching now. Number three is, since I'm a local business owner, and I know when you support local businesses, the money that you use to spend at these local companies stays within your community. So in that, you're helping the local business, your friend, a family, somebody you don't know, someone in your community to raise money for their family, to have a job, and we're working together as a community. Yes, I understand Home Depots, Targets, the Amazons have their place, but we need to also focus on doing what we can for our local businesses, all our friends and families here within the city of Tucson. And you mentioned it, and I probably have a better answer for you. 5G. It is a huge issue in the city of Tucson, and the mayor and council is not addressing it. So you probably see, especially if you're in Ward 6, towers are popping up. These little 5G cell towers are popping up. They're not regulated as far as the microwave radiation that's coming off of these things. And like Verizon and AT&T, they don't want to play nice, so they want their own tower. The way that these towers work, they need to be 300 feet from each other. And if you have two companies having these towers 300 feet around each other, it doesn't matter if it's on a light pole or whatever, that's all over the place. The city of Tucson actually is wired with fiber optics underground. It was something that they did a long time ago when they were thinking about the future. Chattanooga, Tennessee had something very similar where their state passed where they could do 5G to all the different cities and communities around their state. Chattanooga said, you're not changing our landscape, you're using the fiber optics we have in the ground for your 5G. It is possible. There's an organization in Michigan that actually works with cities and counties that want to integrate the 5G, but they don't want the towers, and how they can work with the telecom communications. They've approached the city of Tucson multiple times. City of Tucson says no. They have approached Pima County, and they have listened. So there's actually conversation with Pima County. City of Tucson just says no, we don't care. They can just throw the towers on up. But it's a safety issue, it's a security issue, and it's a property value issue. Some of these towers are going right in front of someone's house. I was talking to a realtor. They said these towers can reduce the value of your home from 10 to 20%, $10 to $20,000 based on where you live. The telecom communications isn't going to say, hey, we're going to put a tower here, here's your $10,000 because they just depreciated your value. They put it right in there. Now you have to disclose when you're selling your house, you've got a 5G tower in your front yard. So there's a lot of issues with the 5G. So before I forget, I am also having a fundraiser tomorrow at Encore. I believe it's 5851 or something like that. It's the old Deviate building, if anybody remembers that. So it's on East Speedway. So we're doing our big push for donation drives, $20 or more, depending on how much you want to donate. We'll be supplying pulled pork. Well, the king of barbecues will be supplying pulled pork. And then we actually have someone from the sausage shop will be sponsoring the sides, and he'll be doing macaroni salad, potato salad, and coleslaw. So you'll get a dinner, and it is 21 and older, and they will have a cash bar. So if you want to come out tomorrow, it's from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. The owner of Encore says if they don't want to leave at 8 o'clock, they can stay till as long as they want. So just let you know, it's not closing doors at 8 o'clock. So that being said, that's kind of the quick overview. Questions? Eric?
Real quick, I just want to say I love your tie.
Well, thank you. I love yours too. we shop at the same store.
You mentioned that you're a small business owner, you're doing great things for Tucson. I want to thank you because you're always accessible. You're always around town at every location. I want to thank you for that. One question I had was, we have a lot of housing going up in my area. I've been in Valencia. Housing, apartments going up down in the Rio Ranch area. But we don't see any business growth in that area. I still have to drive 7 miles whatever direction I want to go to get a gallon of milk. What would you do to help make Tucson more business friendly, not only for the smaller businesses, but also for the larger businesses?
And that's been an issue. The customer service department for the city of Tucson when it comes to business has been closed for the last 20-some years. Well, that's supposed to be a joke, but it's true. I didn't mean to make it sound so factual.
It's a clown show. It's a clown show.
So, but they're very, for whatever reason, they're just not really wanting to promote businesses. You know, you get a business started, you get a license, everything. They're very anti. There used to be a business coalition where it was a group of business owners would meet. There would be a couple leaders. They would go meet with different city council people and the mayor. Once Regina took over, they said, yeah, we don't really want to work with you guys anymore. Yeah, no more open discussions with them, how they can help with business. And maybe it's the point, because the reason is they only know how to sign the back of the check, and they never had to write on the front of the check. So, you know, we need to figure out a way to work together, and I'll be the leader on this. I'm going to be a leader on so many different things on this council. To go to businesses, get their input, see what we need to do, incentivize them to go to different places, not give them stuff for free, but incentivize them. And along going with that, to bring businesses on in, what businesses are looking for is the quality of employers or people that they can employ in the city. If we don't have a good quality base for companies to pick from, they're going to find a place where they can get better trained, better qualified workers for their business. And that's just smart business. City needs to work with other organizations to find out how we can enhance the trade industry, get people into that. Government shouldn't be doing it. They should be working with organizations promoting advocating and making things happen. The government should not be doing these programs. It should be people that know how to do these programs with the city's help to give them the right tools that they need to be successful. Same thing with businesses. We need to give them the right tools to be successful. Thank you. We're working on that. That's a different discussion. Right now we got to start with Steve. Then we got to start with get Fimbres, and then we got an open seat in Ward 3. So we got to get into Allen. Oh. Okay, so the big white tent down by the airport was designed to build for the people coming over the border incorrectly. The government, like you said, Regina said, well, the federal government's gonna be petting this bill. How much was it? $80 million or something like that? $80 million. What they're doing is they're forcing the sanctuary city down our throat is what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Because it can't pass an initiative because the voters voted down, even though those same voters voted these people in office and they supported it, but they voted these things down. That's the problem. We don't have the educated voter base to say, well, but I'm grateful they don't want a sanctuary city, but unfortunately they voted for the people that do want it.
I know.
We need to stop that. We need to not buy hotels to house other people. We've got problems of our own. We need to address our homeless issue, and it's a community issue. It's not a party issue. It's a community. We need to work on our community as a whole. That's also for businesses. If a new business, and you come in and you go, whoa, there's a big homeless problem here in the city of Tucson, we're not coming here. And so that's also getting business on out. But we need to close that facility. That facility needs to be closed, and we should not be accepting that we become a sanctuary city. Somehow we need to fight that, and I don't know the answers, but you might be the one I would need to talk with, sit down to. You can fill me in on all the information that you know. That way I can go in with my guns loaded. If that's fair, when I get elected. Thank you. So, a couple things. There is no independent party. It's just no party preference. I call myself an independent. That's just what I've been since, like I mentioned, since 2001. So right now in the city of Tucson, the voter base is, there's more, no party preference independents than there are Republicans in the city of Tucson. So that being said, there's more chances for the voter turnout for independents to help move to, towards being the group that changes the election one way or the other. Now, being as an independent, the city charter has the citizens of the city of Tucson first, mayor and council right below them. In our current system, we've got a Democratic Party, we've got a Republican Party. The Democratic Party, what do the council members say, I want to do this, they're going to say, that's not part of our party policy, you need to stand on party. Well, I don't have to be on either side. I can 100% back the citizens of Tucson and not be pushed and pressured by a political party. And I think that's what we need, something different that represents the people. My values are that of a conservative. I do share a lot of values of Republicans, libertarians, not very many of the Democrats, but a few issues that do, affect me, like the 5G, the security and the safety of that. In the Democratic Party, that's a very strong issue. But again, it shouldn't be about party. It should be about unity in the community. It should be about everybody being able to work together for the common good of our community, not dividing us, not putting one person against the other, one party against the other. We're a community that's, like Alan said, we're not a racist community whatsoever. We should be celebrating our differences because that's what Tucson is. We're a great community. I've been here all my life. I'm not going to let this city go down the hole just because we got a bad bunch of leadership in office. Right now, I want to be the catalyst. So from here, depending on what happens this election, we have 2023 coming up after that. We have 2 potential candidates that are going to be running for those positions for Wards 1 and Wards 4. Ward 2 will also be available. We need to start working on those elections now. As soon as this election's over, we need to be finding candidates, and my goal is, when elected, those people that want to get elected to serve with me on city council, we will be the playbook on how you can get elected, what we went through, what we know we should have done better, what we learned along the way. We need to get good quality people that represent the city of Tucson back in office.